Hi everybody. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? Good evening. I hope everybody is doing well. And I'm doing the typical move everything around and make sure I can see everything that I have on all of my screens. Here we go. I think I've got everything going there. Good. How you guys doing? Today is day 11. I don't have an extra here. There we go. Day 11. The 12 days of research giveaway. I can't believe we've been going with this now for 11 days. This is fantastic. I am so happy and so excited the way that all of this has been going. And once again, it cannot happen without all of the different companies that have helped sponsor each of these episodes, allowing me to talk to you about their products and their company and share some information about them with all of you. And again, the whole reason that I do this, that I'm doing these 12 days of research giveaway, is to thank each and every one of you for the time that you have spent watching me on my channel, through my website, through social media, and supporting the things that I do with the genealogy channel, which I am thoroughly enjoying and loving every bit of it. And because of that, I'm able to do fun things like this for you. Hi Melanie, glad you are here. Real quick, just a reminder, as always, down below you can find all of the links to my social media site, my website, and also links to the company that we're going to be talking about tonight that's sponsoring today's episode. Yes, Melanie was letting me know that things have been going by really fast with this 12 days of research, and it definitely has. It's been a lot of fun, and if this is something you guys enjoy and you like things like this, to where I talk to you about different companies and the products that they have, and to help you do your family research, however it is that you do it, let me know, and maybe I might come up with some other program to do something like this again later on. But I will be taking a break here after the 12 days because the holidays are coming, and I need to spend some time catching up on client work and some other fun time with the family. So let's go on ahead and get started. For those of you that have caught some of the stuff that I've been sharing today here at the last few minutes on social media, you know of a gentleman who is going to be joining us here later on, and his name is Dr. Michael L. Baird. He is the CSO at the DNA Diagnostics Center, who is with HomeDNA, and that just happens to be who tonight's sponsor is, HomeDNA. And HomeDNA is sponsoring us tonight with the GPS Origins DNA collection kit. Oh, that's great, Kathleen. I'm so glad that you are enjoying it and learning so much from all of the vendors and the different things within the genealogy world, the fun stuff. So they're sponsoring us tonight, and what they have done is, I have a DNA kit that I am going to go ahead and demonstrate and go through all the steps of collecting my DNA sample and sending it off to them to receive my results. And lucky you, I have two, so I will do one, and then you guys who are registering for the giveaway, you're going to get a DNA sample kit. That's what you're going to be registering for after tonight. Oh, great, Melanie. Good. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it, and thank you for letting me know I'm doing a good job. I appreciate it. So what do you say we go on ahead and get started on some of this, and I will explain some of the kit to you and the process here, and I'll go over this with you guys. And I know some of you guys already have sent in some questions because you were aware that we were going to be doing today's episode with HomeDNA. So I have some of the questions, and I sent the questions off to Dr. Baird, and he responded with some answers. So I actually have some answers to some of those questions that you guys asked. But do continue to ask those questions. You can ask those through YouTube, here through the live feed that's going on, and also through my Facebook instant messages that come through here. And I need to make sure that I have it all set up so I don't miss anything when it comes through. So I apologize. I should have had that ready. I'm just getting excited. It's day 11. What can you say? All right, so here's your kit. This is how you receive it here in your mail, okay? And I'm going to cover that little number because that's my secret barcode. I think that's going to give me my information. So kit, and on the front of it, it says what you will receive with this GPS Origins collection kit: your human migration stories, custom genetic origin percentages, and your unique ancestral migration routes. And then it also has the code here at the bottom, and this is the code you're going to need when you go to register your kit on their website. So Melanie asked me, do you get cousin matches too? If you're asking about like first cousin, second cousin type of matches that will come on here, I have not done this kit. I have not done anything with HomeDNA, so I do not know exactly what is going to come back in the report and how it's going to read. But I am just guessing, and again, I'm guessing, and when Dr. Baird gets on, he can answer this probably better. But I would venture to say yes, on most of your DNA ancestral tests that you do, those are the types of matches that will come through. As to if it will tell you who those individuals are, or what the percentage is, and how all of that reads, I do not know, because I have not had the advantage yet of taking the test to be able to answer that for you. Okay, so like I said, if when Dr. Baird gets on, he'll be able to answer that question. And remind me if he comes on if I forget to ask him, in case he's missed it here in the feed that's going on right now, okay? All right, so on the inside here, it just gives you a quick overview, letting you know that GPS Origins is a revolutionary ancestry test that traces where your DNA was formed approximately 1,000 years ago. On the inside here, you're going to see, hi Brenda, how are you doing? Glad you're here. On the inside, you're going to see here where you fill out a form. I'm trying to, you know what, I probably ought to move this light up some so that way it's not so bright on you, for you guys. It's just a simple form for you guys to fill out that you're going to keep this. It looks like here you're supposed to fill this part out and keep it for your records, meaning that you're going to write down your email, your password, and the barcode. And the barcode is this code that's here on this code that's up here on the front, because that's going to be your identification to your DNA test when you send it in. And I like the idea that they do have the email and password thing on here, because how many passwords do we have? We have so many passwords. So this part here you're going to keep for your records. So it's a trifold. So then on the inside, when you open it up, you will see over here is the part that I just talked about, and then here in the center it gives you the instructions on collecting your DNA. Okay, so on collecting your DNA, it says, of course, you've got to register your kit through homedna.com/register. You're going to enter the kit barcode, which I showed you was on the front, and then you're going to follow the prompts to create your account. All of that's done on the internet. Now, I have not yet gone in and done that. I will do that later on, put that information in. So now the fun time comes to collecting my DNA. So how are they going to collect the DNA? That's usually the big question. We always wonder, are we going to have to spit in a tube? Are we going to swab the inside of the cheek to collect the DNA? Well, let's see. Here it says to complete, after we've completed all of the information, we're going on to this step. And then it says that I need to complete all the information requested on the DNA sample envelope. Inside, I'm wondering if I can just go on ahead, because you can tear this part off, and I'm going to go on ahead and do that. So there we go. So this is my instruction part, and this is my envelope that I'm going to be mailing off my DNA sample, okay? I'll set my instructions over here so I don't lose them. Inside this envelope, you will find inside there a DNA sample envelope, and on the front of that, you just put all of your information to identify, identifying who you are. And on there, it's going to have your last name, first name, phone number, and email address. On the back is the code, so you know that the code on the back, if you want to just double check, matches the code on the front of your package that you received. Okay. Also, inside of this envelope, you will find 2 packages, and these are 2 sterile tipped applicators. There's 2 of them, and on here it lets you know that there are actually 4 total. So you're going to swab the inside of your cheek 4 times. So good news is you're not going to have to see me sit here and spit in a tube. because we all know that is not very ladylike, and this late at night is not something that you guys really want to see, right? Hi, Marcia. How are you doing? Glad you could join us. So it says here that you're going to use the swab one at a time, open the mouth, rub the swab firmly back and forth and up and down on the inside of your cheek for a full 30 seconds. Then after that, you're going to place the swab directly into the DNA envelope, which is this envelope here. So you're going to run the swab on the inside of your cheek, and then you're going to stick it into this envelope. Now, I will say I'm going to stop right here because one of the questions that was asked, and since I'm going to be doing this process, I want to make sure you guys have the answers to some of these questions that you might be having right now before I even start this part of the test. Someone had asked a question earlier, and I'm sorry I did not put down the names. I want to say this this came from Rose, and I think Rose has asked questions before on some of the other episodes. I don't see anywhere that says not to eat or drink. Won't that affect the results? So her question is, you know, am I not supposed to eat or have anything to drink prior to taking this test in concern of how it's going to affect the results of the test? When I sent this question off and Dr. Barrett answered the question, it said, his response was, it is best to not eat or drink immediately prior to sample collection. However, food or drink should not adversely affect the results. So, I guess in reading his response, and he is not on right now, you should be okay in taking the sample as long as you're not sitting here eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich by reading his response. You're not eating that and then sticking it in your mouth. I would also think his thought is probably his recommendation. I can't put words into his mouth. My recommendation before you take a test like this would be not to have anything to drink for a couple minutes beforehand. And I mean, I've sat here and I've gone at least 25 minutes without anything to eat or drink. And trust me, my mouth is dry. And you guys that watch know that I get really thirsty. So that was one of the things I wanted to touch on before I go on ahead and do the swab on the inside of the mouth in reference to the cheeks, or in reference to eating any food or anything like that. Then after I do one swab, I need to repeat and do all 4 of them. There was also something in here that the doctor had mentioned in reference to letting them air dry. Hi, Kathy. How are you doing? In reference to letting them air dry. So when I'm done swabbing the inside of my cheek, I will make sure that it's really good and dry before I stick it in the envelope. Okay, so are you guys ready? Do you guys really want to see me do this? You guys really want to see me swab the inside of my cheek and show you this? I guess that's why you all tuned in, isn't it? So you can see how the whole process goes. I will do one, and then I will go on ahead and go to these questions. So you see, it's a little swab that's inside. Okay, Rocket. Okay, thanks. I guess I will do it. Thank you, John. John would like me to go on ahead and do it. So I'm going to do one on the right side, and then with the other one, I'll do it on the left side. I'll let them dry, and then I will put them in. And no, I will not swallow, Brenda. You just swab on the inside of your cheek, and like it said on here, you need to do it for at least 30 seconds. So I did not even think about setting a timer. So why don't I do that real quick so I don't want to cut time short on it. I want to make sure that I get it right. So here we go. We're going to go 30 seconds. All right, ready? Here we go. Okay, this isn't bad. The good news is you're not having to see me spit. It doesn't hurt, if anybody's wondering. So you guys can send some questions right now so that way I can answer them when I'm done with this one. And I think this is going to be the right one. And we're done. Okay, right one's done. Well, timer went. Okay, so now I'm going to do the left one. And again, I'm going to let them dry before you stick them inside of the envelope. Okay? What do you guys think of this so far? Are you guys still there? Okay, I have questions coming up over here on Facebook. And, okay. Very exciting. Oh, good, Marsha. I'm glad you're finding it exciting. That's good. Okay, so exciting. All right. All right, there's the 30. Okay, so these two are done. And I'm going to sit here and wave them back and forth right now. I'm going to answer some of these questions, some of these other questions that Dr. Baird had answered earlier. And let's see here. One of the questions was that I received was, why are there 4 cotton swabs? Why are there 4 cotton swab-like sticks and not just one? I keep hearing Jeopardy music in my head. Oh, Marcia, because I'm sitting there swabbing the inside. That's a good one. One of the questions was in reference to the cotton swabs and why are there 4 of them versus just one. And Dr. Baird's response was, the reason for 4 swabs is to ensure that sufficient DNA to test, that they have sufficient DNA to be able to run the test, and if they need to retest, there are backup samples to use, so a recollection is not required. So they do 4 of them. Basically, they do 4 of them because if you have one swab that there's not enough DNA sample on it, then they've got a backup. So with them, you got 4. So that's why that's what his response was to the 4 of them. And I am not sure. I just received a message from him, and let me see where he is. Whoops, where he is at. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping he would be on here by now. Be on here so that way he can answer some of these questions that are coming through right now. So I will go on ahead and answer some of the questions that I have answers to, so you guys know. Okay, there was. He's not able to log in to the channel. He's let me know he's not able to log into the channel. He is listening, but he cannot comment. Okay, then, Dr. Baird, if you want to, I'm glad that you're listening. I tell you what you can do. If you would like, since you're not able to log in for whatever reason, I have my email up here. So if you want to respond and answer some of the questions through the email, I know that might be a little difficult, a little time consuming, but please do go on ahead and answer the questions. I will be looking over here to read your responses. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what why we're not able to he's not able to log in to watch the show right now at this time. Marcia just responded with, I think that's great. I know people who have had to resubmit to Ancestry. So Marcia is making the comment, I'm assuming, to the fact that you have 4 of these that you are submitting versus just 1 or 2. So you've got backup. So very good point, Marcia. Thank you for your response. So I'm going to take my cotton swabs and I'm sticking them in the envelope. There they go. And I will collect the other 2 here in a little bit, but let me go on ahead and get to some of these questions. Dr. Baird, you're listening right now. I'm going to ask you some of the questions that just came through while we were sitting here waiting. And one of the questions that came in was, I guess, one of them was during the process of reading through the steps as to what it is that you have to do to collect the DNA. Josh was wanting to know, actually his response was, wait, the 4 swabs touch each other? Isn't that bad? There was the concern of the 4 swabs going inside of the envelope and they're not being separated, and he wanted to know if that was bad, that they would touch each other. So again, Dr. Baird, I do have my email up, so if you want to respond, I will be able to read it. And again, I do apologize for this inconvenience for you guys and for the doctor. Let me go to one of the questions that I know that he did answer earlier. And there was a question that I received, and it read, I got my DNA kit and there was no liquid to put my sample in. How do you preserve it in this type of packaging for analysis? So what she's asking is, when you submit your DNA sample, there are some companies to where when you submit your DNA sample, there's a liquid that you put it in, your sample in, and that is to preserve the DNA sample. That's, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. When I sent the question on to Dr. Baird, his response is that there is no liquid required to preserve your swab sample. Once you have swabbed, and this is what I was talking about earlier as far as letting it air dry. Once you have swabbed your mouth, briefly air dry the samples and place it in the envelope. The samples will dry in this condition are ready to mail. So by air drying them and letting them dry and putting them in the envelope, the condition that they're in, they're safe to be placed in the DNA sample and to be mailed off, the DNA sample envelope. He says the drying of the swabs is what preserves the DNA sample for testing. So that is why there is not, HomeDNA does not require or does not include any type of liquid in the kits that you get, because air drying them on the sample, your swabs will preserve them for testing. Okay? And before I forget, I'm going to take a drink now that I've done that. Plus, I've been talking a lot. It's amazing how if you talk a whole lot, your mouth gets really dry. And then if you haven't had anything to drink. Okay, let's see. Here are some of the other questions that I had submitted to him, and he had already gone ahead and answered. How are you guys doing over here on YouTube? You guys have any questions? Are you still finding this exciting? Let's see here. Another question is, how long does it take to get the results? How long does it take to get my results, and is it the same length of time for the PET one? Okay, so for those of you who might not be aware, HomeDNA is their DNA kits. They're available at most of your retail stores like Walgreens. I believe they have some at Walmart and Target. I think somebody was telling me they saw some in there on their shelves there. They have, now this, what you guys are doing, what I'm doing and what you guys are for the giveaway, this is the GPS Origins kit. They have many other kits that fall into the HomeDNA product line. There are HomeDNA kits that look at your skincare, your health. There are some that look at your athletic, your muscle, your joints. They look at the conditioning of your joints. I guess they test to see the condition of your joints and maybe give suggestions as far as what results they get, maybe exercises. They also have the HomeDNA kits on pets, and that's why this one came up. I believe they have one on felines, they have one on dogs, and then they also have one on mixed breed. So she is wanting to know if all of those kits, if it's the same timeline before you receive your answer or your results, your DNA results. Back to the, well, I'll answer that. How about if I answer that first, and then I'll go back to the other. The answer to that question is you should receive your results in 4 to 6 weeks from sample receipt in the lab. So when your sample arrives at the lab, it should take about 4 to 6 weeks before you receive your results. Now, what I was going to tell you about was on the different tests that they have, I think, well, I thought I just saw something come through from him. Hold on here. My phone just went off. On the test that they have there, as far as the DNA, they have paternity tests. They have tests to detect. Oh, here we go. Okay, in reference to the question that was asked about the swabs touching each other, Swabs can touch since they are from, the swabs can touch since they are from the same source. So basically, they all come from out of your mouth, so if they touch each other, it's going to be perfectly fine, which makes perfect sense, since they all come out of your mouth. Thank you, Dr. Baird. I appreciate that. Let me ask you, I'll give you a chance to relax your fingers and ask you another question that came through. This was from Karen. Karen asked, with so many DNA companies out there, what do you have to offer that others don't? You're all the same, right? That is her question. She was wanting to know what it is that's different from HomeDNA, especially from HomeDNA versus all of these other companies, because her assumption is that she believes that all of these DNA kits are exactly the same. Melanie said that she just looked at their website. So Melanie, you looked at the website. It's very user-friendly. You're able to see all of the different kits that they have available on there. Like I was saying, as far as the paternity test that they have some, they have many different tests that are on that site. So please, the links are down below. Go on ahead and take a look at their site. Actually, I will see if I can bring it up over here on the other screen for you guys. I should have had this up and running over here, but I am sorry. They all have, Melanie says they all have different databases of DNA. So, yeah, Melanie, you're right. Melanie's response to the one question that came through that I was going to allow Dr. Baird to answer was wanting to know what the difference is between your company and other companies and what it is that your company has to offer. And yes, all of them do have different databases, so it depends on what, I'm sorry, it's not coming up here, guys. Oh my goodness, I don't know why it's wanting to do this. Let's see if it, oh, here we go. Okay, I just pulled it up. So this way I'll answer you. Well, I'll go through and tell you the rest of the tests that they have on there. I'm sorry about that, guys. So on the ancestry side of the test, they have 6 different tests. They have the GPS origins test, which is the one of them that I have here. They also have the GPS origins algorithm upload your raw data. They have a DNA origins maternal lineage. They also have one for paternal lineage. Now, you guys know the difference between maternal and paternal, right? Maternal is your mother, paternal is your father's side, okay? They also have a HomeDNA starter ancestry kit, and then there's a health report ancestry. Now, I was speaking earlier about the different ones as far as the health goes, and this is their health line. This is, they have a DNA kit on weight. There's one on skin care. They have one on joint care, and a HomeDNA paternity, which that's probably pretty self-explanatory on that one. Then let's take a look here on the pets one. I was right. They do have a DNA for your dogs, one for your cat, and one for identification on the mixed breeds and giving a DNA test and life plan. The ones on the cat and the standard cat DNA and the dog DNA, it's a health screen and life plan. So I guess I'm assuming it helps you. Oh, here we go. In answer to the question of that Karen had in reference to, let me read her question again. With so many DNA companies out there, what do you have to offer that others don't, and aren't you all the same company? Dr. Baird's response is, there are differences among the testing companies. Companies use different DNA markers and algorithms to determine ancestry. The GPSO test provides a migration route for your ancestors, and as well as a time of last major admixture. Okay, so what he's saying, he's right, and you had already said that also, Melanie, that yes, every company is different. Every company is unique, and DNA database always plays a role in that. What he's saying sets HomeDNA apart from the other ones is because of the different markers and algorithms they use to determine your ancestry, and the fact that they use a GPSO test that provides the migration route of your ancestors. So, Karen, I hope that answers your question. Let me know if you have any more questions for Dr. Baird. How are you guys doing over here on YouTube? You guys doing okay? Do you guys have any questions? Because just so you know, I have Dr. Baird over here on email, and he's sending me the answers to these questions. Oh, Dr. Baird, you just received a response from a gentleman, John, who was saying, good info, thank you. He liked hearing the information and the answer you just gave to that question. So thank you very much for doing that. Okay, and I do have another question over here. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, we did take care of the question as far as eating and drinking and the 4 swabs, because it is a backup. It does take 4 to 6 weeks. Oh, and then there was another question that was asked, I can't even talk, that was asked of me earlier in reference to, once you get your results, can you upload them to a tree that you have online? And Dr. Baird's response was, your results can be uploaded to other sites for additional analysis. So, yes, you can. Once you get your results, then it can be uploaded. And I just received another question, Dr. Baird, just so that way you know, I'm clarifying that your results are sent to you through your email account. That was the question that I just got, and I will say that yes, it does, because you do. I didn't get to that part in here. Let's see, you're going to place your DNA samples in the envelope, and then you're going to place them in the prepaid envelope, the larger one. So you're going to place this inside of here, and you're going to mail those off. And then once the results are ready, you will be notified via email or text message. So you will be notified through your email, which you have that on the front of your DNA sample envelope. So you will get the results that way. So I think that answers that for you. And Dr. Baird, you don't need to, I had just neglected to read that part of the instructions on collecting the DNA. Sorry. I do have another question over here, Dr. Baird, if you have a chance, if you still have time. I know we're actually going over time, and I knew that this would happen with some of the questions that are coming in. The question is that HomeDNA, how long have you and HomeDNA worked with DNA samples in the family research and genealogy field, and are your reports clear and easy to read and for others to review? Because the impression is that HomeDNA is new to the genealogy and family research field. And so I don't know, Dr. Baird, if you can answer that, if you are close by to where you can answer that question for me or not. So let's see here. I'll back out on that. So what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the HomeDNA and collecting the samples so far? It seems fairly easy to do. It's not painful. You swab the inside of your cheeks. You simply put it in your envelope, in your DNA sample envelope, and then you put it in your self-addressed stamped larger envelope, and then you mail it off. And 4 to 6 weeks after they receive the results, you will receive the results electronically through email or through a direct message. And I'm assuming direct message, that's why your phone number's on there. So either way, you'll be able to get your information as far as what your results are. Now, I know this is another question that's come up like 4 times over here now on Facebook. So there is the question, what am I going to do with my DNA sample results? Am I going to share those? So yes, I will share those results with you guys. When I get my DNA sample results back from HomeDNA, I will be more than happy to come online, and I'll do a YouTube bit on it and share the results with you guys so you guys know what my results are. It'll be interesting to see. I always find it interesting to see what these results are going to be for clients who I've been working for, clients who have sent away for their DNA results, and when they get the results, there's usually 1 or 2 surprises in there. So I'm kind of curious to see what kind of surprises I'm going to find in mine when it comes in. We'll see what they say. So I was going to see here if Dr. Baird had a chance to respond to the question of how long HomeDNA has been doing the DNA work for genealogists and family researchers in that field, to see what how long that's been going on. So I guess what we can do, when I receive the answer from him, I guess I can put it on here and include it in the comment section down below after the channel is over, or this episode is over, so you guys know the answer to that question that came in from Kathleen. And one of the other big questions that came in was, what is the cost of the DNA kit? And very good question, and I had the cost up here, and I'm not seeing it. Oh, here we go. The cost of this sample kit, the one that you're going to be winning tonight, the value of it is $199. So you are getting, your name is, you're going to register to win the HomeDNA GPS Origins kit, valued at $199. And just, sorry, nose itch. Just like all of the other raffles, or I'm not sorry, not raffles, all of the other giveaways that have taken place, all you have to do is go down below. There's a link below to register for the giveaway. And once you register for the giveaway and you click that link, you'll see there are other opportunities to increase your chances to win the HomeDNA GPS Origins test kit. And you're going to increase your chances by going over and taking a look at my Pinterest page, clicking the like, giving me a thumbs up on this video, always helps. Click that subscribe button, so that increases your chances. Plus, that lets me know that what I'm doing, you guys like to watch, and I will continue to do things like this, so you guys will continue to have more fun with ARodesky Genealogy on YouTube. Plus, down below, you're going to find all of the links to my social media sites and the links to HomeDNA and some additional links to Dr. Baird. So that way, if you have any questions, you can go to that site and take a look at what he has on his site. He is with the DNA Diagnostics Center, so there is a link to the DNA Diagnostics Center, so you can take a look at that also, that's listed down below. And I'm trying to think, did I leave anything out? I don't think so. So once I get a message from him letting me know what the answer is to that last question, as far as the length of time or how long HomeDNA has been in working with ancestry and lineage and genealogists and family research, I will let you guys know that in the comments down below. So again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch ARodesky Genealogy this episode. Tomorrow is going to be day 12 of the 12 days of research, and so that means it is coming to an end. But that's okay. All good things have to come to an end. And again, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to register down below. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Oh, before I forget, the question that I have listed on there is, what would you hope to learn by taking this DNA test? What would you hope to learn by taking a DNA test? What kind of results are you hoping to find out? Is there a question that you have that you're hoping that a DNA test is going to be able to answer that question for you? So leave that answer to that comments down below and keep unlocking those family stories. I'll talk to you guys later.